Are you feeling stuck in your current home with these pesky high interest rates? Well, in today's video, we're going to go over the CPI data and some housing information that will show you that it might be a good time to buy in this current environment. So make sure you stick around for the entire video and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell so you know every time we do a new video. But without further ado, let's jump into the video and see if right now is a good time for you to buy a home. Let's briefly go over the CPI, which came in better than expected at 3.2%. The experts were expecting 3.3%. So anytime we get better than expected news on this type of stuff, the stock market does better, the whole economy actually does better. So let's go ahead and look at this graph right here. Consumer prices rose 3.2% in the year through October, decelerating from the previous month and showing encouraging signs. So what does that mean for you? Well, that is some pretty good news. That means inflation is getting more and more under control. And with these lowering numbers, the Fed might be more interested in actually keeping interest rates where they are or actually lowering them if inflation stays low for longer durations of time. We gotta wait a little bit of time here because we are just starting to see this number come down. We want to see it come down even more. But 3.2% is getting where their target rate is at 2%. So once we get under 3%, I think that'll be really good news for everything in the economy and especially for buying you a new house. And I know you value your time, so I'm jumping right into the next thing. And I found this article on Redfin. Housing market update. It's the best time to buy a house since mid-September as mortgage rates fall and sellers drop prices. And you can see in this article here that mortgage applications are up 3% this month and interest rates are on a downward trend. I believe they were around 7.4% last week. They did creep back up toward the end of the week. I think we're around 7.5 or 7.55. And don't get me wrong, that is still incredibly high for where we have been recently, but we are on a downward trend and we're going to look at some of this information right now. So as you can see, mortgage rates are falling quickly, dropping from a 2-decade high of around almost 8%. I don't think we quite actually hit 8%, but we are now down to around 7.4, 7.5% in the last 3 weeks. And the article is also suggesting that buyers should consider locking in mortgage rates now. And I know that sounds kind of crazy because they are at 7.4%. But like I said earlier in this video, we are on a downward trend. So if interest rates continue to go down to 7.3, 7.2, 7%, or hopefully, fingers crossed, within the next couple months, under 7%, then you really should consider refinancing or start looking for that new house where you might be paying a little bit more with interest rates, but you can find something that fits your family's needs. And going along with that same topic, interest rates are on a downward trend, like I've said. But consider this as well. We are going into an election year. And whether which side you're on, you want good economic numbers and a healthy environment for people to find jobs and houses. So during this next year, from November to November or so, typically we see improving economic numbers, which does include interest rates. So both sides wanting to do this is going to benefit you in the long run because lower interest rates mean you can finally get that house that you want, or if you are feeling stuck, or if you need to upsize, downsize, or relocate, interest rates won't be a burden for you when you buy your next house. So I am anticipating that interest rates will keep dropping going into next year. If you need any help buying or selling your home, reach out to us. Our information is right on the screen. Even if you're not looking right now, we can set up a search pattern for you and we can get how many bedrooms you need, what kind of yard size you need, and then when the time comes when interest rates do start dropping and you find that perfect house, you can give us a call and we can get you in that perfect house right away. All right, and we're going to go over some of the numbers in the article just to give you some stats about how this is going. So you can see the daily average 30-year mortgage, 7.41 as of November 8th. And like I said, that has creeped back up. It is down from its high of 7.88. I didn't think it really got to 8% just yet, but it was really close. And it is up from last year. Mortgage applications, like I said, have been on the uptick a little bit, up 3% for the week, but we are down 20% for the year just because of the high interest rates and people are going to wait those out and be smart with their money. And even Google searches and YouTube searches are down this year for home sales, down 21% for the year. And now we're going to go over some sale prices. This is for a national average. We can also help you look locally. We are in the Charlotte area, so the numbers will be different here locally. And if you have any of those questions, go ahead and reach out. But you can see that year-over-year average is $368,500 for the median sale price, and that's up 3.7%. Pending sales, I want to draw your attention to that one, is actually down almost 10% at 9% for that one. The next one I want to point out is new listings. That's actually up 1.5% year over year as well. And active listings are actually down almost 10%. That's also because people are just kind of wait out these high interest rates because they know they're not going to really get what they want when they try and sell their house. And then they're going to have to go to a new house and also pay that higher interest rate. But I expect that once these start dropping, the interest rates start dropping, it's going to go up significantly. Median days on market is at 34 days. For a while there, we were seeing them in the low to mid 20s, and right now it's going to take about a month or so for us to actually sell your house, just because the market has slowed with the interest rates and the higher prices. Another one I want to draw your attention to are these bottom two. Shares of homes with a price drop at 6.8%, but that's also a record high tied with the previous week. So that means people are still pricing their homes just a little bit too high. I don't think it's as bad as it has been in the past. However, they are still marking them a little bit high, and people just aren't really in the buying mode right now. They will be soon once those interest rates drop, and then you'll see this number drop. And then average sale to list price is only at 99%, which means that when you sell your house, you are having to lower it in order for it to get sold, but not by much, but just a little bit. Okay, and we're going to go through these last numbers here real quick. Median sale price is 3.7% year over year, and you can see on this graph here, it's indicative of the year that we were in. And you can see right now, orange is 2023, and you can see that during the summer months, we always start going up around April, May, June, July, August, and then we start coming back down. But this one is actually staying pretty steady. You can see the line over here just going straight across. And I think that will continue and possibly drop slightly, but I think we are kind of reaching where we're going to be for a little while. This next stat here is home buyer housing payments. It's up 10.6% year over year. And you can see even in 2022, which was one of our biggest years, it just flew up there. But in 2023, it hasn't had that rocket up, but it's gone up slightly and then up slightly and up slightly even more. There hasn't been really any drops. So housing payments along with those interest rates are going to keep those housing payments high. But like I said, good news is that I think those interest rates are going to be dropping in the next year or so, or this next coming year. Pending sales are down 9% year over year, and you can see the graph once again during the spring and summer. It goes up and then it starts coming back down in these fall and winter season, although we are below where we were previous years, and it looks like we're going to continue that trend at least for a little while. New listings are up 1% year over year, and you can see the orange line here. It's actually holding pretty steady. It did spike up and it did come down, but unlike previous years where the spikes were pretty massive here, especially in 2022, it is going down, but it's going down at a slower pace. We are still below where we should be with active listings. We are down 9% year over year. We haven't had a big drop. In fact, we've been actually steadily climbing for the last couple months. All right, and one of the last stats we're going to look at here is listings that had price drops, and we're at 6.8%, which is, like I said earlier in the video, a record high. And you can see in 2023, it kind of dropped down for a little bit, but it's been on a steady rise for months now. And I expect that to continue just a little bit longer because it is the fall and winter season. And with interest rates still being above that 7% mark, buyers know that something's coming on the horizon, and they're just kind of waiting for that other shoe to drop. You know, they're waiting for those prices to come down a little bit more, those interest rates to come down anymore. And then we'll see this drop. But in the meantime, it's going to just continue to be right around that 6.87% range. And the last one we're going to look at today is average homes sold above list price. And you can see that in 2022, some people were getting 102, 103% of what they were asking for a house, which is way over asking. And you've seen the big drop in 2022. Not bad, so bad in 2021, but of course. But in 2023, we did not really exceed 100%. We were down here below 98% to start the year and crept all the way back up to right around 100%. And now we're going back down again. But ultimately what that means is that people are getting closer on the price points about what they're going to sell it for. And that's good news for everyone. All right, and that's all I got in today's video. I hope I was able to help you guys understand the market a little better and where we're going in the near term for housing market and interest rates. And if you guys have any questions about the housing market or anything like that, our information is right there on the screen. And if you are thinking about buying or selling, reach out to us. If you live in the Charlotte area, we can set up a house search for you. So that way you can look at houses that are coming on the market. And if it times up right with when you want to move and the interest rates start dropping, you won't have to wait and try and get a hold of a real estate agent and then start your search. We can start your search now so you can be ready and strike while the iron is hot. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend if you found value in it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.